Hey everyone, it's me Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here to do my December TBR. So I have been doing TBRs again recently and low-key I've been doing really well at them. So I'm going to continue to do them until I start to do bad at them again and then decide not to do them. So that's just what's going to be happening for right now. So I am going to be picking books to read in December. I do have my little spin wheel thing that will be the deciding factor in what books I'm going to read. So if you didn't watch my November TBR, basically how it works is I'm going to pick 2 books off of my 21 books to read in 2021 list and 2 books off of my own TBR list. Now I do have some that I'm planning on reading like for fact, so those will be talked about before I spin. And so with that being said, there are 2 books that I will be reading for fact and then 1 that I'm carrying over into this month from November that I'm hoping to finish, and then everything else is up for grabs. So I'm going to be starting with the 2 books that I will be absolutely for fact reading in the month of December. And the first book is Misery by Stephen King, and this is my book club books since the 90s December pick for our book club. We decided to go with a snowy or like wintry-esque theme slash setting, and obviously there is a cabin covered in snow on this book. So I'm nervous about this one. I have never read a Stephen King book before and I don't like scary things. I'm not the biggest thriller gal. I'm not a big horror gal. So I am a little bit nervous about this one, but I'm hoping that it's really good and that it'll rise above my expectations. So of course we'll see, but this is the first one. The next book that I'll be reading for fact is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, and this is her holiday rom-com novel type situation, I think, and I'm pretty sure that I'll be buddy reading this with Belisa and Sarah. So yeah, I'll be reading this one pretty early in the month, and it's very short, so I expect it to be a very quick read, probably in 1 sitting, if not like 2. So I'm really excited about this one because, as you guys know, if you've been here for a while, you know that I'm an absolute Tessa Bailey stan, and I love everything that I've read by Tessa Bailey, and I'm absolutely obsessed with her. So yeah, she is definitely an honored by author for me, and any book that she comes out with from here on I will definitely be purchasing. So super excited for this one and cannot wait. Next, the book that I will be carrying over into December from November is The Invisible Life of Addie Larue. I actually have only read a few pages in this. I'm actually only on page 27. I started this on the 29th of November, I think, and so I'm definitely started, but definitely nowhere near finishing this book. So I'm hoping to carry this one over. This was also on my 21 books to read in 2021 list, so hopefully it's another book that I can check off of that list and hopefully read it, and maybe it'll be a new favorite, because I know a lot of people love this book, but I also know a lot of people hate this book, so I want to see where I fall. From the first 27 pages, I know that it is very lyrical writing, and when I first was reading it, it was kind of making me sleepy. Not because it was boring, but because the writing was so lyrical that it was like making me like drowsy. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep going with this and see, and hopefully I like it. However, my one issue with this book is the dust jacket, and these dust jackets seem like they're kind of cheap, no offense, but it's definitely like wearing out, and I haven't really even had this book all that long. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like wearing out. So Not a huge fan, but hopefully the content makes up for the deterioration on the outside. Okay, so for my 21, I'm just gonna go ahead and start with my 21 books to read in 2021 wheel. It's very small now because there's not a whole lot of books left on it, so hopefully it won't pick Addie, Larue, or Scythe because I have decided to pretty much DNF that. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I will put a screen recording up on the screen so that way you guys can see what I see when it spins. And I'm actually low-key a little bit nervous about this. Okay, interesting. So the first book that was picked was Renegades by Marissa Meyer, and I have actually read the Cinder series by Marissa Meyer like when I was in high school, and I really liked it. So hopefully I'll like this. I'm not super into like sci-fi dystopian type books anymore, but I do remember really enjoying Marissa Meyer, and so hopefully I will end up being able to pick this up and end up liking it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw for my second book on my 21 books to read in 2021. Okay, so it picked Scythe. So I guess I'm gonna try and give it a second go and try and actually finish it because I made it to page 118 and I just realized that I was not in the right headspace to read this type of novel. So maybe with Renegades and Scythe, maybe it is the month for dystopian. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it and not spin again, and maybe I can get this finished before the month's over, but we'll see. I'll just figure out what kind of mood I'm in. So okay, and so now for my own TBR, I'm gonna pop a new wheel up on the screen for this one, and this one is a lot more full than my other wheel, so you can't even really see like the titles because there's so much on it. But I'm gonna spin it and hopefully I get some good stuff. So the book that was chosen was The Battlemage by Taryn Matharu, but this is the third book and I haven't actually read the second book, so we're just gonna go with that one instead. So this is the Simmered series. So I did read book 1, which is The Novice, and I read this a couple years ago in like 2019. Don't know why my tabs are sticking out this far. I was going through something, don't judge me, but I did read this and I remember enjoying it, and I remember the ending leaving off on a pretty big cliffhanger. So I think I will pick up the second one and be fine and pretty much know what's going on because this is a YA like fantasy trilogy. Maybe I think there might be 4 books, so maybe a saga, but yeah. So I'll pick up the second one instead since I haven't read it yet, and maybe we'll get to this one. Okay, and so now I'm gonna spin for my final book of December, and yeah, we'll see. Hopefully that one's a good one too. So I'm gonna put my screen up again and then we'll just spin and see. Okay, so I got Renegades again, so I'm gonna spin again and we'll see if I get something else. If I get another duplicate, then we'll just leave it as is and we'll call it a day. Okay, so I got Simmered Down by Sarah Smith, and I actually read Fixer by Sarah Smith last year and enjoyed it, so I'm excited to pick this one up and see if I like this one. I'm happy that I got another romance on this list because if I had to go a whole month without reading a romance book, I think I would probably like literally want to cry. So happy that this one was decided for me. I think it's about like a girl in a food truck. So I'm not sure, but this book isn't too long. So I think it could be like maybe a 1 to 2 sitting type of situation. So excited for this one. And yeah, so these are the books that I'm hopefully going to be reading in the month of December. And we'll see. Hopefully I can get to everything. But I feel like it's a pretty interesting selection of books. And I'm just excited to see what comes of this reading month. And hopefully I can get to everything. So yeah. But I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you plan on reading any of these books that I talked about, let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will have all of my social media linked in the description if you want to follow me or be friends, as well as all the info about my book club. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.